for joining this call. We are so honored to have you today. So today we welcome you to the Innovation Showcase. My name is Angela and I will be your host for today. So first, before we proceed, I would like to remind you that this session is being recorded and it will be used by other people, including ourselves, and it's going to be on YouTube. So we can always go to YouTube and watch our sessions there. So this is Nuru Jamii Kenya. For the people who are new here, Nuru Jamii Kenya is the Salesforce community in Kenya. And the reason why Nuru Jamii Kenya was formed is to, among many other reasons, is to bridge the gap between certification and experience. And we are like 5 months old, and we started our this first program in January. And 3 months later today, we bring you here to showcase what we have been building. The teams have been working, and we decided, why not share it with everyone? You could learn something from it. You could even give us feedback. So that is why we made it open to everyone. And we are so proud you're able to join. Thank you so much. So at this point, I would like to welcome Margaret so that she can give the welcome address. Welcome, Margaret.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, depending on where you're joining us from. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Welcome. Let me see if you can hear me, please. Okay, perfect. Welcome to our first project showcase. And saying I'm excited is understatement, because there's so many feelings like around this project, because this was last year. This was just an idea, a vision, and right now it's not just a vision. It has been brought to life, and not alone, with the community, with the help of the community, right from the training team to the project participants, and even like everyone supporting Nuru Jamii Kenya. So welcome to our first project showcase, and I'm so excited to see what we are going to showcase, like the pods they are going to showcase. And stay tuned, call your friend, and bring in your coffee and tea. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much, Margaret. Before I run through the agenda, I would like to recognize and appreciate our proud supporters. We had Tech Geminas and Awesome Trail, which were able to take us through the entire program. So for today's session, we're going to have the opening keynote session, the project showcase. So we will have 6 groups showcasing what they have been building, and we are going to get feedback from our speakers. And then we are going to have our closing keynote session and an open feedback Q&A session. Please get your feedback and questions ready so that we can have all of them answered. So at this point, I would like to introduce Dhairya. Dhairya has been the lead training partner. He's the VP of Salesforce practice at Tech Geminas. And he has led multiple teams through complex implementations. And he's the one who has been training us, and we have had the opportunity to learn and experience him. So thank you so much, Dhairya, for supporting us for the last 3 months. We really appreciate that. So welcome today. Happy to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Nuru Jamii Kenya Inaugural Launchpad program. project showcase. So today is not just about the presentations, it's about the demonstrating how a real business problem can be translated into the working system. And that system for this journey has been the Jamii Homes project. So the project started with as a simple idea, a real estate company managing its operations manually with leads in spreadsheets, property listings tracked informally, and no clear visibility into deals or performance. Now, if you think about it, that's not just a learning scenario, that's a real world problem. And the question we have been answering over the past 2.5 months is how do we take something unstructured and turn into a scalable, system driven process? So that's where the Salesforce comes in. But more importantly, that's where the thinking like we have to think like a solution architect, a business analyst, a developer, and a QA comes in. So we ran multiple sprints, sprint 0, sprint 1, sprint 2, where sprint 1 team focused on building the foundation, structuring the lead management, defining roles and security, ensuring data quality, and creating visibility through reports. That's what about bringing the order to the beginning of sales process. Then when we talk about the sprint 2, the system became complete where introducing the property management, tracking sites, managing deal, and connecting everything into a full cycle. So it's a complete business system from lead to reporting. So now pause for a moment and think about that. Like this is no longer a learning exercise now. This is how the real estate business works or business operate on a Salesforce. And what makes Jamii Homes important is not just about the features that the team has built, but it's the thinking behind the build, understanding the relation between the metadata or basically the objects, designing process instead of just screens or having the PPTs or basically the documents or the uh, the verbal communication, but working on an actual screens, enforcing governance and testing scenarios end to end. Now, because in real projects, success is not defined by it works, but it defines like, is it scalable? Is it structured? Can it be maintained? And does it solve the business problem? And that's what you will be seeing today. So each team has taken some business scenarios and interpreted into their own working solution. So you will see how different teams designed the data models, how they handle the automations, how they ensured security, and how they translated business requirement into the working system. And this is where the learning becomes real, where theory becomes execution, and where individual step forward, not just as a learners, but as a builders. So I also wanted to acknowledge something really important which I have felt about this journey, that it's just not about the building the project, it's about building the capability across the team. So equally chance has been given to everyone, and basically giving back to the community, that's the most important step. And so to all the participants, you have taken the business, real business problem, you broken it down, you have designed it, and you have built it. Now it's time to present it. So let's begin.
Thank you so much, Dhairya, for that, for giving everyone an overview of what was being done, what we were solutioning for. So next, I would love to introduce René. You all know René. You have met René at some points in your journey in Salesforce, and we appreciate how supportive René is when it comes to our growth. And he has been a training partner for this project. So thank you so much, René, for walking the journey with us. We appreciate the clarity you gave us about the roles that were involved in every pod in the project, and we used the knowledge that you shared with us. Thank you so much and welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Angela and everybody. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to say a few words at this important occasion, the program's effective showcase after so much hard work and so many tasks and so many learnings for everybody. Thank you to everybody who has made this possible, especially to Dhairya, who has overcome many challenges to deliver such a disciplined and well-structured project simulation approach that is, I think, very rare and precious, and also the overall organization by the Nuru Jamii team and training team. This is something that you don't find every day, and that hopefully we find more often going forward in the African ecosystem. I would just give you a very brief reflection on my part on success factors. So being involved in a hands-on activity, learning about products, learning about roles, having a much deeper understanding of project delivery is certainly one of the key success factors you can have early on in your Salesforce career. I hope you will agree with me on that. Overall, I would say that you should perhaps embrace the following approach. Make it a habit to look into problems, to propose solutions for them as you have done in your pod, as you have done individually. So work with ideas, work with topics that add business value. After the end of the program, don't drop that habit, attack the next problem. Analyze issues that you encounter and start to own the approach that you have. That requires some encouragement. You won't perhaps be able to do it completely on your own, but try to develop a sort of consultant mindset. You see a problem, you are attracted to it like a bee to the honey, and you want to solve it, okay? Like you want to solve the Jamii Homes challenge. So the theme here, and that is a bit different from what I usually say, is from competence to confidence. I usually say from clarity to confidence. Clarity is more on the understanding side. Competence is on the doing side. Now, where I've called in the past for clarity and for understanding, now I call for doing, okay? Please do something to keep your skills active. So this is an additional career advice theme. You will discover your talent in working with specific issues that you encounter, in owning the problems, in doing analysis, and layer after layer, brick after brick, you will be building your career like this, whether you are concretely paid for it or whether you put this in your portfolio. So now this is also about product learning, about product knowledge, about solutioning rather, and about becoming a consultant, about doing business analysis, about embracing an architect mindset, and so on. So eventually you will reach a threshold where that kind of behavior, that you see a problem and you have the urge to work on it, will be ingrained and natural for you. But it is not without effort. So clarity, of course, also brings confidence. So continue to navigate the ecosystem in this duality of knowledge and its application with the overarching goal of delivering business value. Don't do it just because it's attractive to solve problems, but have the business value in mind as well. And so you will be able to build a career. So my advice, bottom line, is to be a producer, not only a consumer. You should also avidly consume content from the ecosystem. So as you have consumed this program, you have also become producers in it. consume valuable advice, consume new knowledge, and then turn it into action. So questions that you can ask yourself: what was the last problem you analyzed? What was the last recommendation you gave anybody? What was the last training, talk, presentation you gave? What was your last app, your last GitHub repo? What was the last custom object you built, etc.? What was the purpose of what you did? Why did you do it? So when you plunge yourself in this creative process, you will advance your career. So it's not only about creation, it's also about communication, like when have you had a meaningful conversation? When did you do networking? If that was 2 months ago, that's probably not a good answer. You should do it frequently. So it boils down to the question, when was your last creative approach? Be active, be curious, be visible, always be learning, keep your eyes open for opportunities and create your own opportunities. You have seen how beneficial mentorship is in the program, I'm sure. So please find a mentor for yourself. Please become mentors. We've spoken about that. You will learn so much from that. And to quote Jennifer, knock on doors and above all, you know your Salesforce platform, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, René, for that. It's been a privilege having you for that time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the easiest person to introduce. Here comes Jennifer. You all know Jennifer, Mama Africa, the founder of Africa Ohana and a Salesforce MVP. But beyond all those titles, Jennifer is the glue that holds communities together. The person who cannot say no when asked for help. If you ever asked for help from Jennifer, you can be sure you got it. And she played a key role in helping Nuru Jamii Kenya come into life. And today we are so privileged to have Jennifer as one of our guest speakers. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Karibu.
Karibu sana. What does sana mean?
Love.
Okay. So first of all, I would just love to say good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. Can you hear me well?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
All right, great. So as you all know, my name is Jennifer, and it is such a joy to be with you tonight. For me, that is. So first, a big thank you to the Nuru Jamii Kenya family for inviting me to be part of this special moment, the very first Launchpad program innovation showcase, the inaugural one. And that word matters. We are all here at the beginning of something. And let me tell you what is exciting about tonight. So for the past 3 months, the first cohort of the Launchpad program has been learning, right? Building, stretching, and sometimes probably losing a bit of sleep. And tonight, they get to show us what all of that turned into a live demo, real solution. And this is the moment they step from learning into doing, from students of innovation into innovators themselves. And none of this happens by accident. You being here to showcase what you have is not by accident. This is a program that is built by people who care deeply. So allow me to say thank you where thanks is due. And thanks to Dhairya, who curated this program with so much intention. Thank you to René, who guided the cohort every step of the way. And thank you to the entire Nuru Jamii Kenya training team and mentors, the people behind the scenes who made sure these innovators had what they needed to grow. I also want to thank everybody who is also going to be speaking tonight, everybody who's going to be watching what has been built. Your presence really matters. Now to the cohort, the trailblazers, we're all here for you. And I want you to hear this. You are not presenting tonight to be judged. You are presenting to be celebrated. You sat with hard problems, you learned new skills, and you built something real. So that is not a small thing. That is a big thing. Be proud, stand tall, and enjoy this. To everyone else who's just watching from the terraces, I encourage you to lean in, to ask questions, and to cheer them on. This is how ecosystems are built, not by spectators, but by people who show up for each other. Nuru Jamii Kenya means light for the community, right? And tonight, that light is shining on the people who truly deserve it, the innovators. So I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you so much, and over to you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for that. Next on our guest speaker, Beech Horn. Beech was also part of our Nuru Jamii Kenya launch, and he has been supportive since that day. He has never dropped us. You know, up to today, I didn't know Beech had past 28 Salesforce certifications. He doesn't magnify the certifications that he has, but comes the human aspect of him. Is the type of person who is always willing to offer help, to assist you at any given time. Give him a call, he is going to assist you. And personally, I've had the privilege to be mentored by Beech in my pod. And what I can tell you is he's a great person. He's the kind of person who is going to question your why. And today, it's a great pleasure for everyone to get to experience Beech. And yeah, if you get some time to reach out to him, you can, so that you can also get to learn from him. Thank you so much, Beech, for being with us today. Thank you so much for supporting the program as well. And we are so honored to have you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that amazing intro. It's a tough act following Jennifer from just now, but there's a few truisms I discovered by being a mentor and being inside on a pod, and I'm hoping that applies to everyone that's been here. So there are a lot of determinism, lots of people being there for each other, a lot of support, and a lot of being curious. So not just putting down what's there, but actually digging in, looking at different solutions and challenging each other. And that's really good when you reach to a team. So it's a lot of not running fast and messing about and creating a lot of solutions and a lot of problems, but taking the time and challenging and questioning. Are these the demands that the client needs? Is this the right solution? Is this going to work going forward? And am I using things that are making sense to others? Am I describing things? Am I putting things in place to actually work for the people behind it? And it's been such a privilege to work with a pod, to work with a team and see people grow and explore and encourage each other. So thank you all, and I'm hoping that's been the same experience in every pod. And thank you also, Dhairya. It's been great to be able to reach out and have brilliant documentation along the way. René, you've been an absolute legend, especially when I've needed help or support on here. And it's so good to see the other side of the fence as well as the participant side of the fence. So I've been in a really privileged position, and it's an honor to be here today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So now we move to the next slide. We move to action. Oh, sorry. I'm going to introduce Kevin. I didn't want to ruin the fun because he's coming up for the closing keynote.
Did you say I'm coming on the closing? Am I coming on the closing? Is that what you said?
Yes, but you can say hi.
Okay, I'm going to say hello. So let me just first say congratulations. I remember when I was in West Africa, dreaming in Accra, and I got an opportunity to meet these dynamic individuals that are, taking this forward. It was just an introduction, and later we had some conversations around your mission and what you wanted to try to accomplish. And I am just so thrilled about what you're doing in such a short amount of time. You can talk about things that you want to do. You can, do that theory. But the fact that you've already started this cohort and we're going to see something amazing, it absolutely warms my heart. So I'm thrilled to see what you are going to be demonstrating. And what I will say is already all of the comments that these speakers have made have been so relevant and so important as you go forward. So I'll stop for now, and I look forward to witnessing something magnificent and providing some commentary around that. So thank you so very much. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be available for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. So I would also like to appreciate our mentors. Every pod was fully supported by 2 mentors, and we appreciate your guidance throughout our journey. So right now we're going to move to the pod presentations. Every pod has 10 minutes to showcase their solution, and we are going to get feedback from our speakers after every presentation, but we're also going to have an overall feedback session. And yeah, this is a learning experience. We are not going to judge anyone. So thank you so much. We're going to start with Lake Nakuru. And please have your videos on, please, if you can. I hope you can.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. My name is Jabile Masango, and along with my fellow colleague, Sarah Delia, we will be presenting what we have done. I'll be sharing my screen. Angela, can you please just let me know if my screen is visible? Just be sharing quickly, and then I'll start the presentation.
Yes.
Hey, thank you so much. Once again, I'd like to say a warm welcome and thank you so much for taking the time to be here. It is truly an honor to be part of this cohort. My name is Jabile Masango, and my colleague Sarah Delia, we had the pleasure of basically crafting out the solution for Jamii Homes, and we basically hope to take you through what we were able to build on the org. And thank you so much once again. So if I have to outline the agenda of our presentation, we'll just be starting with why did we basically build this, the solution we built on Salesforce, the problem that was there, our end-to-end business flow, along with our data model, and basically our highlights and our key learnings at the end of the journey. So to begin with, we were presented with Jamii Homes, which is basically a real estate company. Initially, they had trouble with tracking their leads with their brokers because they were using Excel as their single source of truth. So as Lake Nakuru Pod, we decided that Salesforce would be the best solution in order to unify everything and to have a single source of truth, allowing them to basically excel. Moving on to that, we just kind of realized that we need to solve these problems because with Excel, everything is in a silo, everything is separate, there's no single source of truth, everything gets lost in translation, and there's also not enough security because everybody has access to everything. Thus, we were able to basically decide that we are going to create a solution on the Sales Cloud, which will allow us to go from lead inquiry to the deal closure. So in our first step, we decided to basically look at our lead intake. Jamii Homes did say that they use web referrals to basically take in the leads. This will be having everything in a single source of truth where basically the brokers will be able to capture their lead, take it into a lead qualification. And once it has been qualified, it will create an opportunity, account and a contact. We will therefore move into being able to link the property. And if the broker has any appointment site visits, move it onto their calendar And basically, if that is a success with the property viewing, they can then move to the deal closure and basically explain whether it was a closed won or a closed lost based on the outcome. So now I would like to take this opportunity to hand over to my colleague, Dhairya, who will be basically taking you through our live system demonstration on the Salesforce org. I will stop sharing and I'll just mute. Dhairya, over to you.
Thank you, Jabulila. So I would like to share my screen now. So I hope I could get a confirmation that my screen is visible.
Yes, you're visible.
All right, so this is the Jamii Homes app that we created. So I'm gonna start with how we went through from lead capture, conversion, opportunity, stage progression, and close one. I think maybe if I could be allowed to put my video off, it's a bit hanging on my side, or probably you're able to see.
Sarah,
You're still
I
sharing your
screen.
Yes?
Yes, now you
I can see your
share.
screen.
Yes, yes.
All right, so from beginning, we looked at how we are going to take leads as a Jamii Homes. And for any lead that would be created, some fields would be required, and I'm going to demonstrate that. For example, any lead that would be created would be required to have a first name. So I'm gonna demonstrate. Would have a last name, would have a company or probably an account that is linked to it. And I would so this is the process of lead capture and conversion. In order to be able to pick the leads that are well qualified. For example, for any broker to be able to do this lead, they are not able to save this lead without some of the information, and I'm going to showcase that. If I try to save this lead, it will not go through, simply because there is something that has not been added here, and therefore I'm going to add the product interest that the lead is looking after. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my power went off a little bit, but I'm gonna continue. So you will see if we are able to pick the product interests, include the phone number, and also maybe include the email. The lead is going to convert, and generally this is where revenue life cycle begins. So we captured our lead. And so when you look at the lead, it has the required fields. And we are going to convert the lead now in order to create a proper qualification and send that lead to opportunity, where we are going to create a flow of revenue. So the moment we convert this, select converted, the lead directly converts to account, contact, and then opportunity. But before then, you have to convert your lead to qualified. The lead has to be qualified before it converts to account, opportunity, and contact. I hope that is well visible. So now moving from lead capture and conversion, we progress to opportunities. So when the moment we convert our lead, it moves to opportunity. And so I'll go to an opportunity. And when I check, I will check that Bismarck is the opportunity that was converted from the lead that I created, and it's at prospecting stage. At this stage, this is where active pipeline begins. And therefore, for any agent, they'll be able to progress from one stage to another in order to capture the sales activities that were able to be undertaken during that stage. So you'll be able to see that for any agent, they're not able to move to qualification stage, just to make sure that we are picking up the correct opportunities and that we are not losing any revenue from the opportunity progression. An agent is not able to move to qualification without linking this opportunity to a property, and therefore we created a lookup field against the opportunity in order for the agent to be able to pick a property from this. So I'm going to be able to attach a property to this opportunity in order to be able to progress to the next stage. So the moment I link the property, I'm able to move. Sorry, the requirement must be completed property. Let me pick another property. But before then, I could check if my lead it was already converted. Bismarck. So I don't know if I could create a new property.
And I think you can save it.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Please at the
The
bottom.
moment you save it again as
Save.
the property that is linked,
Okay.
you're able to progress. You're able to progress to the next stage, and therefore you could also progress to the next stage. And probably you could also close this as a close one. opportunity. So when you move to a close won opportunity, a record trigger, a flow was created. A record trigger flow was created for any close won opportunity. The property moves to sold. So therefore, the agent, or rather the next agent, rather the next opportunity,
Sorry, Sarah.
could not be linked or cannot be.
Sarah,
Sorry?
your time is up.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much, Sarah and Jabulile. We are sorry about the time. We wanted to see more, but we really need to stick to the 10 minutes so that we can have every team showcase what they have. Maybe we can hear from Beech, some feedback, please.
Yeah, I love the attention to detail in terms of putting validations in, and Jamili, I absolutely love that presentation at the beginning. On the customer side, having a consultancy come in and explain my process back to me really helps seal the deal, really makes sure that I know that they understood and got it. So that was amazing to watch to begin with. And then, yeah, I can see a lot of the detail in here, but my only advice going forward for pitching on this is less is more. So as a customer, I appreciate you've got validation and things working on here, but what I really want to see is how do I get end to end? Get me from the beginning to the end as quickly as possible, then fill in the detail with the rest of the time would be the only advice. But that was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Beech and Jabulile and Sarah. Now we move to Masai Mara Pod, strictly 10 minutes.
Good day, everyone. My name is Azim Idris. I am a team member of Masai Mara Pod. I, along with my team members, we created a solution, a CRM solution with Salesforce. So shortly, we are presenting the Jamii Salesforce CRM solution designed specifically to modernize sales and property management process. Before Salesforce, many growing real estate businesses, they face common challenges such as leads being tracked in spreadsheets, delayed follow-up with customers, limited visibility into performances, manual property tracking, difficult. Firstly, manual processing, lead managing, there is a risk of lost prospects, duplicated efforts, and incorrect or let me say data. There is no tracking. Properties and deals scattered across tools with no single tool, and there is no way to actually see one of different as actually relating to. There is no way to actually why is there is limited visibility, real-time insight into pipeline health and broker performance. There is no way to actually forecast. There is no way to make decision. There is actually no way to make decision with data and correct accurate data for the business. Inefficient follow-up. There is no automated reminders. Project fall through cracks unnoticed. Then sorry, the next one. Yeah. So our solution, we use Salesforce CRM to profile a solution. A purpose-built Salesforce implementation designed to connect every stage of the Jamii Homes sales process from first contact to close deal. It is a centralized CRM platform, one system for leads, property, and deals all in one place where you can actually see them. Automated lead assignment, right lead to the this is assigning the just like in systems where we have different kind of plans that you can have the basic, standard, and premium customer plan. There you have to assign the appropriate person that is going to tend to each of these customers. Then same applies to the lead, assigning lead to the broker. Real-time dashboards. Yeah, we implemented for them live reporting for smarter decision and data insights. Yeah, the next one. So the project team, our team comprises of the project manager, the business analyst, the admin, the QA tester, and also the solution architect, and a little bit of let me say dev. Yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, the customer journey lead to closure. Every step is actually tracked, connected, and visible from first inquiry to signed deal. Lead being created, then assigned to the broker, the opportunity being converted, linked to property, the site visit scheduled, feedback captured, deal closed, then the property being marked, sold, then the dashboard being updated. Everything is actually, and everything you actually see them in one place, and they are being automated. There is less manual work, unlike while the properties, the Jamii sheets. So now we are going to give you the live demo overview. Let me just say, creation. We are going to show you everything in the org, from lead creation and assignment, opportunity management, property linkage, how you see them relating to one another, the site visit, and the deal closures, and also the dashboard. The business impacts. 100% lead visibility. Now, with using Salesforce compared to that of the spreadsheet, now you have 100% lead visibility, zero manual spreadsheet, which actually eliminates data redundancy and error. Now there is 4/7 real-time dashboard, live pipeline, and performance insights always available. All in what? All in one unified platform, which is Salesforce. The next one. Lessons learned and what's next? Lessons learned. Align the CRM. So we've aligned the CRM to the existing business process, not the other way around. We actually move the process from the spreadsheet to Salesforce. Data quality from day one is non-negotiable for reliable reporting. Cross-role collaboration accelerates adoption and reduces rework. The next step, expand automation. We expanded automation with Salesforce flows for follow-ups and routing. We enabled notification and reminder to keep brokers on track. We built enhanced reporting and customer-facing features. So now, thank you, and I'm on to my colleague to actually show the implementation of the org.
Okay, good day, everyone. So we're going to start with the lead management. So for every new customer that you're going to have that's a lead, those customers are going to be checked in Salesforce. So we're going to capture all the necessary details in that org. And once that lead is created, that lead will be automatically assigned to the necessary broker. So since you have two business plans, you have the residential plan and the commercial plan. Once the residential plan, the lead will be directed to the broker responsible for the residential houses, and that will be done automatically. And also we have a clear lead process tracking using the statuses, where you will be tagged with the new statuses, and those that are contacted, qualified, will be tracked using the required statuses. So next, after the lead is qualified, we're going to convert the lead. So after conversion, the lead changes into an opportunity. This signifies a smooth handover between marketing and sales. such that our lead now automatically goes into the sales pipeline. And also every lead has visibility, progress tracking, and no delays in manual lead distribution, since lead distribution has been automated. So after this, we're going to the opportunities tab. So once a lead is being converted, they're going to show as an opportunity. Then on the opportunity details, select the opportunity details. The opportunity details, it will show the connection with most of the details that are connected with the lead, the site visits, and the property linked to that opportunity. So for the site visit, we created that site visit tracking to make it easier for brokers to check when they go to a site visit. They'll be able to track all the necessary information, and all the information will be in a unified system. So we'll be just showing you just an overview of how the details of a site visit, but all that, it's all consolidated under opportunities. You can just get that from the opportunities tab. Then also, we also built a dedicated property management system. This system will enable you to manage all your properties in one place. So you'll be able to track the property status to avoid double selling. And one thing we did for you, once someone, after a site visit and someone is interested in buying the property, once that property is marked as sold, it's automatic. Once the property is marked as closed one, it automatically updates to being sold. That reduces any chances of us having double selling scenarios in our business.
Should I move to dashboards?
Yes. So from there, Azim will take you through how the sales manager will view all the important sales information and metrics at a glance.
Yeah. So the dashboards actually. Now, what we implemented for Jamii Homes project, CRM project, the management now, they have live dashboards showing leads by status, broker performance, deals won versus deals lost, revenue by month, pipeline by stage. We've created different dashboards for them to actually have insight before, because we use these dashboards, we use them to solve a pain point, and the pain point which was actually solved was the leaders, they lacked visibility into how the business is running. So now they can actually use the dashboard to see what is actually happening in the org and how those brokers are actually doing the leads and everything. So now they have visibility into the whole structure and the whole system of the business. So this gives management real-time insights to make faster and smarter decisions. In summary, Jamii Homes now has one model platform to manage leads, brokers, properties, site visits, and sales performance. What used to take spreadsheets, phone calls, and manual updates is now streamlined in Salesforce. This means faster responses to customers, better broker productivity.
Our time is up. Our time is up.
Oh, sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Masai Mara. We can hear from Jennifer to give some feedback.
Okay, so something is happening with my camera. Forgive me. You can see I'm trying to fix it. But I think we are well done to the Masai Mara, right? Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, well done to you for taking your time to go through this. But my piece of feedback would have loved to see the end to end, just like Beech had said for the first group. So I think we're spending so much time with the whole slides, trying to, okay, the first slides where it's more theory, but as a client, I would really want to see how the solution looks like on Salesforce, because I'll tell you, I've got the time to go and look at the slides when we're done with the session, but I want to see it on Salesforce so that it can excite me about what's to follow. So please, can you just concentrate a lot around that? And also, if you make a mistake, I, as a client, don't know you've made a mistake. So please just keep moving. Don't be apologetic, because if you apologize, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. So that confidence, just continue with the confidence. Just continue with the flow. Even if you know that you've bluffed somewhere, continue with the flow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I just add a comment to that? Because there was a comment I want to make from the very first presentation. Get up, try as best as you can to not say I'm sorry. Say something like 1 minute or 1 second, hold for a second. So you're not bringing attention to you that a mistake was made. Just say 1 second, and you take your time. Sometimes as you're doing these presentations, you may feel that you have to speak really quickly. Slow down, control the conversation, because you actually own that moment. So make sure that as you run into areas, and I saw that Beech made this comment as well, be able to have a lot of confidence to walk through it. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. So just go through it and don't say I'm sorry. Okay? Great job.
Thank you so much, Masai Mara. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Azim and Gladys. So next on, we're moving to Servopod, and I am a member of Servopod. So we will be presenting our solution to Mr. Dhairya, the CEO of Jamii Homes. Margaret, you can pin Dhairya. I want to see the reaction on his face. So yeah, good evening, everyone. We are Servopod, a Salesforce implementation group, a Salesforce consultancy, and we have been working on your business for the last 3 months. And we built a solution for you, and that is what we are going to showcase this evening. So before I move on, I would like to quickly introduce the team that has been working on this solution for Jamii Homes. We had Johannes as the project manager who kept the delivery on track. Johnson, the business analyst who translated the business requirements. We had myself, Angela, the architect. I designed the blueprint. Omar was a developer who built the system that we have today. And of course, the solution was tested before presenting this to you. So before you came to us, Jamii Homes was running purely on spreadsheets. And let's be honest, we are not criticizing Excel because it got you where you are, but it was becoming costly for you. No, we are not presenting anything. It's just us. So Excel was becoming costly for you because the brokers had no visibility of the properties that were available. They just relied on emails from each other, and they could even schedule site visits on properties that had already been sold. The sales manager did not have an overview of what the brokers were doing, and the overall leadership, the CEO, did not have a position of where the business was going. So you asked us to fix that, and that is what we built. And we are going to show you the solution that we have for you through the eyes of the people that are going to be using the system. Thank you so much. So I'm going to hand over to my teammates, Johannes. Thank you. Johannes, please unmute.
Okay. Thank you, Angela. Now let's bring this to life from the broker's perspective. This is Aisha, one of our brokers, working with a new client. Everything she needs is right here, available as properties, already filtered by location, price, and type. No emails, no speeches, just one streamlined view. She opens a deal and link a property. So she can only link a property that is available, not sold. This is the property. This Kutai one is the property that she is going to link. Then she saves this one. Once she selects a property and schedule a site visit, let's create a new site visit. Let's say test. And the opportunity that she has is Alex. And the property type is equity one. And she have to set the date and time for tomorrow. Then the system automatically makes scheduled. Then the broker is Aisha. Then she saved directly. No manual updates required to make this site visit as scheduled. Next, as the site visit is completed, that means this is the one that Aisha is created when she comes to here on the visit status and she updated to completed. There are two fields that pop up directly. These are the feedback and the interest rate. As she fills the feedback as interested and the interest level is high, she can save it directly. And instantly, her sales manager already knows. So do you. And that is how our brokers manage client interaction seamlessly. Now, let's shift this perspective and see how leadership gains insight from all this. Johnson will walk us through the sales manager view. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Johannes. And now I'll be proceeding as the sales manager. We'll have a look into the system. Omar, could I maybe just quickly share and I'll proceed from here?
Okay.
All right. No doubt. Okay, so now if we were to go into the system, so I am logging in as the sales manager. We have the broker, which is I haven't had a sales conversation in a long time. But then when the sales manager logs in into the system, they can actually see the properties by broker's name, right? As you can see here at the top, we have Aisha, that is Aisha B. Okay, so what happens here is sales manager logs in here, they have access to different levels of brokers, which is something the sales manager needs to have access to. So as we move across now, we will come to our opportunity. After that site visit, the sales manager can see that the client was actually interested into the property. The interest level is high. Now, as it proceeds, the sales manager now can see that the client has signed. Once the client has signed the dotted line, what happens now? The sales manager is going to close the deal as closed won. Okay. if I could just demonstrate that here a bit, we have our stage here as it stands. It says negotiation. Now I'm just going to quickly close that off, and we are going to close it off as closed one. Okay, so here two things are going to happen. The property in question here is also going to be saved. The status of the property is going to change. Okay, so as we save here, what do we have? We have a bit of an issue. That issue is supposed to be there. But then if we come here, we select the property, let's say EU, and we save that property. Now it goes through, right? Now if we go now into the property in question, we just go there and check it out. The status at the moment says available, and if we just quickly refresh, we are expecting it to say, to give us the result that we actually expect. And now, if we give it just a second, the property manual intervention, which is something we like to see, which is something we have managed to build, which is something we highly advocate, right? The last part would be that when we come, we've chosen now a different opportunity. Sometimes the deal is not closed one. It can be lost. It happens. It's part of business, right? So now the issue is if we come here into this property and maybe didn't go according to plan, we come here and we say close lost. What we should see here is the system that tells us, no, the property yes, has been lost, but what is the reason? Okay, we need the valid reason why the property was lost. Now we need to check in here, what could be the reason? We come here to our last reason. There are different factors here that could have influenced this property. Let's say now the price is too high. Okay, if the price is too high, let's come back here and close. Property. Okay, so what is to happen now is once this property closes, what's going to happen is it's going to give us a bit of access into the data. So with that being said, I'd like to simply pass through now to my fellow colleague Omar.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Yes, this is your CEO's dashboard. This is your dashboard, but specifically as a CEO. Here you can see revenue by month, allowing you to quickly understand whether the business is growing and how the sales are performing. As the CEO, you can also see deals by stage, which gives you a clear picture which every opportunity sits within your sales pipeline at any given point. Also at the far end, as a CEO, you can also see your top brokers by activity, helping you recognize strong performance across your team and identify any gaps that may need attention. Finally, the CEO,
Your
the
time is
conversion
up,
rate.
guys. Your time is up. Your time is up. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Johnson, Johannes, Omar, and myself. That was Salvatore. Maybe we can get feedback from Kevin.
Hello, everyone. It was unfair that we had to cut them short because I know we wanted everyone to be able to demonstrate what they or contribute to the demonstration. So first things first, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Great job. One of the things that's very important, and Angela, you hit it from the very beginning. There's a phrase that we have here in the United States. Well, some of us have, where we say never call someone's baby ugly, right? And essentially what that means is you don't go into those conversations with potential clients and you criticize their current system, environment, or the way that they do business. The fact that you Angela, you mentioned, okay, you're using Excel, but you didn't criticize Excel. You complimented the fact that you were using Excel. And then you were able to demonstrate or clearly articulate the value through what they would be able to gain with Salesforce without criticizing it. Oftentimes, consultants will go into a conversation and they can lose that deal just based on the way that they bring their story forward. I also like the fact that you did a very short introduction. You talked about, hey, here's the business problem that we want to try to solve. You explained it at a high level, and then you went right into the demonstration. What I will say is with my clients and the demos that we want to be able to have this thing sold within 10 minutes. So meaning that you want to have a quick overview and then you immediately want to start demonstrating, which I think you guys did. So please make a note of that. In addition, great job talking through the perspective of personas. When you're having conversations with customers, speak to them in terms of personas, which you all did, right? You didn't speak in terms of just Salesforce lingo. You spoke in terms of the actual personas, who would be doing what from that company, so that they can actually identify and understand the value from that persona's point of view. Tell stories is what you all were doing. You were telling stories. Stories resonate. People remember stories. You can show them all types of stuff. If you give them a story where they're able to follow that story, then they can apply what they're seeing. Then the other thing that I loved about what you did was you did a good job with passing off, right? So going from one speaker to the next speaker, did a good job with passing off, showing enthusiasm when you come on. Thank you very much. You know, smiling. Those things are very, very important because you want to make sure that you have that human connection, especially in the US, right? You want to make sure that you do that connection. So I think that you did a very good job with that. Now, in most cases, and I'd love to hear Beech's perspective around this as well as Ben's perspective, you may only have one or two people speaking. So in this case, obviously you wanted everyone to speak, and I believe you all did a really good job. But in the real life space, I typically want to have someone open up the conversation and then one person demoing it and get to the most important points. You don't have to go through everything. Get to the most important points. So job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Okay, so right now we move to Mount Kenya pod. Mount Kenya. You have your 10 minutes.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Rosemary and I'm presenting Mount Kenya. We already did a project on Jamie Homes project, yes. So these are my teammates, the developer, I, the project manager and admin, and then we had a QA, the business analyst, and then the solution architect, which had their own different parts to play. So for our problem statement, we came up with the real estate processes, which were actually manual and then disconnected. There was actually no way to track properties, client interaction, site visits, deal progress, and then they also had limited visibility into sales, performance, and revenue. So our aim towards this project was to address the inefficiencies caused by manual and fragmented processes. To create a more structured and consistent way of managing sales activities, we are also able to ensure teams can track interactions and also progress without losing information, and also to enable better decision making through reliable and accessible data. That way they can support business growth with a system that is scalable and easy to use. So our solutions for this project was to build a Salesforce CRM system to manage the full life cycle. That way we're able to implement the property management, site visit tracking, deal closure process, web to lead and case management, and also the reports and dashboard. So what we were able to solve using that was we were able to reduce manual work and errors, enabled brokers to track properties easily, we were able to manage site visits efficiently, automate key processes to save time. We were also able to provide real-time insights for decision making, and then centralize operations in one system. That way they could actually reduce manual work and errors, we could get improved data accuracy and tracking, and then give management real visibility. So over here, I hand over to Pacific, who is going to take us through our demo section. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Thank you for giving this opportunity to present Mount Kenya pod. Let me just take you to the org. So as we mentioned above, we have created a property custom object that is containing the list of the property, which is this one. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So this object, it is containing all the list of the property that we have into the system. And then we also created a site visit. So, but for the property, as you can see here, we have here the different types of the properties, like the Alicia and the other properties. So we have helped brokers. So whenever they just want to create, whenever they just want to link opportunity with any of the property that has status of sold, they will not be able to do that because they cannot be able to sell twice a property. So like for this one, if we try to change the status into closed one, and then we use a property that it is sold, like one of this one, Adele. So the broker will not be able to sell twice the property. As you can see, it will hit the snag. And it will sell this property is already sold. So, and also we just try to help a broker. So whenever it is the opportunity, it is closed one. For example, let's just use this property. The opportunity is linked to this property, and this property it is available. It has status on the list property. It has status of available. So, and then we try to close the opportunity as closed one. So automatically, it will change the status of this property automatically. You will not doing manually. You will not go to the property just to change it, because you just close opportunity as one. Before we can a broker, so we suppose a broker as an agent, the person who is in charge to create a site visit and also to take a client to site. So we created a site visit object, and it contains all the site visit creation. So here, let's just as you can see, this one, it is a site visit created. So let's just try to change their status as scheduled, as site visit scheduled. So it will automatically create a follow-up task reminder for the broker. So the broker will have a follow-up task that it says that you have a site visit on a certain date. Okay, let's just create a new site visit. So let's get back to property. So we just use this property as we linked with the opportunity that we closed one. So now you can see this property, it has been changed to sold. Okay. Let's try to create a new site visit. So for the site visit, we also configured a flow that will help a broker whenever they just forgot to mention the person who created that site visit. It will automatically detect the current user, and that's the user. It will fill to that field of a broker. So let's just leave this broker. Now you will see when site visit it is created, the flow will fill this field. Whenever the broker just forgot to fill the field, it will do it automatically.
Looks like you're on mute. As if we cannot hear you.
So it looks like there's an exclamation mark there, which means something is wrong with the sound.
Maybe Joel or the appointment can take over, please.
Yes, please. Another.
I'll add you 1 minute.
Oh, thank you. As Pacific was mentioning, we have covered the user journey for creating a property and site visit. We also added dashboards and reports so that managers and the CEO can have visibility on what's happening. So from here, you can see we are able to track lead by status, lead by owner. For the reports, we have the broker performance report. From the broker, we can see the record count, and you should be able to have a visibility of performance for each brokers. We also added a few forms to assist with support once a deal is closed. This support should assist in maintenance. So we have these cases object, these cases sections. If a customer has an issue with their property, we created a form where they should be able, I'm not sharing the form. Where they should be able to, can you see my phone?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. where they
So
should be. Yes, you can
I'm
hear you
back.
now.
Maybe I can help you with the form. I do have it right here. Let me share the screen.
Unfortunately, your time is up,
So let me just submit the form.
but we are
You
sorry.
can submit the
We are
form if you
sorry.
have an inquiry. And when you
Okay.
submit, it is recorded as a case. So you have
Your
it as
time
a
is
case
up.
here. Thank you.
Your time is up again.
Sorry for the technical issues.
Thank you so much, Mount Kenya. We are sorry about the technical challenges. It happens. So we can get quick feedback from Jennifer.
All right, so well done on being so organized in terms of you building out. It was looking so professional, and maybe just a bit of feedback on my end regarding technical issues. They are going to be there, and they always happen. They always have to happen when you have a client on the call. But it's always good that if you are a team, somebody quickly switches over to continue with the presentation so that there's just that smoothness of the flow. But otherwise, well done for taking your time to do all this, and well done on the form. Yes, it was a last minute item, but we saw that one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. So now we move to, is it about them?
Angela, can I make one comment as well?
Yes,
Jennifer
please.
Jennifer is absolutely correct about that. You're gonna have issues. So prepare for it, and just being able to quickly shift to the next person is going to be very important, because that time, that lapse time, is time that the persons that you're presenting to, you allow them to disengage. So you want to keep them engaged. So as soon as someone's having an issue, maybe even have a way that you're communicating offline with them, someone else just jump right in, because you don't want to lose that time. The other thing, Pacific, I want to give you some feedback that's going to be very important. Maintain a high level of energy when you're doing your demonstration. So for example, one of the things that be very aware of, how you project to the audience. So when you had your hand on your head like this for a large part of your demonstration, that can suggest that you're tired. That can suggest that what you want to talk about may be boring, and the people that are watching you, they're going to feed off that energy. So maintain a very high positive energy when you're doing your demonstration. I believe Rosemary, your energy was just spot on. You want to just really keep that energy level up. So when you're doing the demonstration, be aware of things that could suggest that you're tired or you're bored, because that's the energy that the people are going to give you. Aside from that, wonderful job.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Now let's go to Abadea Pod. Abadea, you have your 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Welcome to Abadea Pod, end-to-end Salesforce transformation. So our vision actually is to Gemini environment where separate, where thrive in Excel sheet and lead to solve bots and zero real-time visibility. So to solve this KRO, we have decided to build Salesforce leads into post, sales, and sec lifecycle that centralize every anchor and property. So our team is Concilia, BA, architects, Razak, admin and developer, Titilope, QA, Koku, project manager. So at results, we have built a smart front door, and when you can see at the screenshot, is to force a choice between commercial or private interest along the system, and lead to a specialized broke peer view assignment rule. We have also a first rate validation rule and assure data into the system. And to solve also the problem of engagement and scoring, we have, like you can see at the screenshot, we established a 3 rule, and with the criteria. So if lead select residential, is go to residential to the specialized residential queue, and if select commercial, the rule to commercial aspects, and we have automate the rent share and use that's used to be a manual SL brokenness. And for example, we take Brian, and like we can see on the screenshot, you can see the total of lead score, and at the right corner, you can see how to download every call, email, also automatically. So, and for other process, we can see at the demonstration session, we have built also the automatical process. So thank you for this session, and let's move to the demonstration with Razak.
Thank you, Eto. I would like to share my screen now. I'll share my screen now. A minute, please. Okay, I will have it. So I would like to share my screen now. Let's say we have Jane Doe coming to our website, and she is interested about a property. So let's say she fills our form, and let's see. She fills a form, put a phone number. She doesn't have a company, and she's interested in, let's say, commercial property. So we've arranged, we've made this to the point that to be able to assign to the right property queues. Let me share another screen. So, okay, okay. So not having it. So Jane Doe has filled the form, and she has, let's refresh and see if the lead comes in. Can you see my screen?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So here we have Jane Doe. She's in the lead. So she's a lead already. Here we have Jane Doe, and she's been assigned to the commercial queues. Here's it, the commercial broker queues. So once she comes into the lead, we give a call, and one of the agents, one of the queue members, just give Jane Doe a call, and she asked about what's her budget. Oh, Jane Doe says $500,000. She's looking for a $500,000 property, worth of property. Oh, commercial property. What industry is she in? She's in, let's say, energy. Okay, energy. Okay, let's save this lead then. So we've made a lead score to make us know what's Jane Doe, the potentials of Jane Doe. And oh, the lead score is, the lead health is green. Oh, she's a good lead, and we'll create a new task. Would, after making sure she's a good lead, we'll qualify and convert the lead. Okay, let's convert the lead to opportunity. So from opportunity, because she doesn't have a company, she's a person account, so yeah, it is. So we convert the lead, it's already qualified. We convert the lead to opportunity. So from opportunity, we'll be able to add other things that she's interested in. So, oh, the email, those are one of the things that's necessary in the hug. Okay, let's convert again. Okay. Sorry, I think I said a mistake. Okay, at gmail.com. Okay, save, convert. Convert the lead to opportunity. Come on. So once the lead is converted to opportunity, we ask Jane Doe, what kind of property are you interested in? She said commercial. Okay, we'll give her the list of commercials and the locations we have. Apologies for the network. But as I was saying, would make sure Jane Doe goes through the list of properties, the commercial properties we have. And okay, Jane Doe. Yes, and I'll go through the list of commercial properties. It's funny how presentations can be. Before presentation, it was smooth. Since my assistant just got stuck. So she would have properties. So after adding properties, we send out the codes. She accepts the codes, and so yeah, we have the property. We've added the properties to the price list, and so from here, My system is just. Just funny how this happens.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abadea Pod. Thank you, Razak and
Technical issues
Toku.
happen, obviously on here, but
Yeah.
what I really loved in your presentation is you had screenshots ready to go. And what I'd say is a takeaway from this is probably don't lead with the screenshots, but have a presentation deck like you had ready as a backup. So if there are technical issues when you're doing the live demo, you can always switch back and take the client through the process. Because yeah, you can't control when there's outages and things. And also another one would be a lot of rehearsal, a lot of practice. It took around 9 minutes till we got past leads, and it may be worth just a bit of rehearsal for timing and practice. I appreciate that's really tough, especially when you're beginning on here, but it's well worthwhile. But the quality of imagery and things you were using, the quality of text and stuff you were putting in there really showed. And I loved, yeah, again, you customized the icon, you'd gone to SLDS2 for the layout and stuff. So there's a lot of heart, a lot of passion gone in. It's just a shame, yeah, the tech breaks, which it breaks for everyone when you're doing it live.
Thank you so much, Beech, for the feedback. So the last pod is Amboseli. Let's have Amboseli. Razak, you can stop presenting.
Okay, so
Let's have Amboseli, the final 10 minutes.
I think should take over. My system is still hanging, so I don't know. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Rich. I think the next pod can take over. Still trying to struggle with the system.
Angela, I don't think Amboseli will be able to present now because I can't see any of the podmates in the call. Yeah, so we can move to the Q&A, please.
Okay, it happens. People skip client meetings. So we are moving to the feedback, the open feedback session. So we are going to hear from all our speakers about the general overview of how it was and what we had the individual feedback, but now we can have just a general feedback. And if we have any questions from the team, we can answer them at this moment.
I think it's probably a good time to give everyone a round of applause because that was a lot to do. You're doing it live, you're doing it on video, you're going to be doing it on YouTube. These are things that you can now show to your presenters. You should be proud. You've spent the last 3 months building this system, getting to know Jamii Homes, thinking about it, solving problems. It's not just the demo today, it's all the hard work and effort. And I couldn't be more proud of you all. Well done.
Thank you so much, Beech.
And yeah, in terms of the presentations today, again, I think there's been some common themes. Kind of ditch the presentation. It's your clutch to go back to if there's any technical issues. And you can still have a couple of slides just introducing things, but move straight to the demo. And what the client wants to see is you get from the beginning to the end of a process as quickly as possible. They may want to fill bits out and stuff, but get from the beginning to the end, and then you can circle back to any of the problems they want to dive into. But it's so important to show that you can go the distance with the solution you're putting in. So don't worry about showing every knob and tweak and validation rule and things along the way. Get them from the beginning to the end, and they'll love that. And then, yeah, fill in the detail and cover each other. Always have a wingman, always have someone that's going to be able to step in. And there's when you get a little bit more practice in the consultancy world, you'll have little tells. It might be, right, I'm going to do a double tap on my glasses, and that means I'm having problems and someone needs to step in for me. Just have a wingman, have a code, and always have a backup. So anytime you're doing a presentation, make sure another member of your team knows how to step in. Cool.
So from my perspective, I'm just going to say that this was absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing to see the amount of work and the quality in such a short amount of time. I do lots of demos, and in fact, one of my partners, we actually have a real estate solution. And I will tell you that based on what I've just seen in the marketplace, you all can actually go and do a real demo to a real customer right now. You all have done a wonderful job. The other thing I want to do is I want to compliment the coaches because what the coaches have done with you is they have really given you some real world examples and real world solutions for going to the market. This is, you know, again, I've seen many demos from, you know, I've been in technology for 38 years. So I've seen them from the client side where I was sitting there getting them. I've delivered them from a consulting side, and I've worked for a workforce development firm. And I will tell you the level of quality that we're seeing in general across the board. I give you all an A, but I really want to give an A++ to this organization because what you are doing truly is enabling in Kenya. And I'm just so proud of you. And we have to find a way to get you all working on some of these projects over here on the West Side because the skills, the presentation is magnificent. So well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Can
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't how encouraging the African market is and how good the talent is here. Just to echo Kevin, it's amazing. Sorry, Andrew, go for it.
It is.
All right. Can I jump in?
Yes.
All right. So I just wanted to applaud you for taking this step of presenting. So you just didn't demonstrate a Salesforce solution, but you communicated and you explained your thinking, you walked us through your logic. That is the skill that will set you apart in this industry. Here's the truth. So there are many people who can build on Salesforce, but the ones who rise are the ones who can present, who can listen, who can collaborate, and also tell the story behind their work. So clients don't just buy solutions. They will buy clarity, they buy confidence, they buy trust, and those things come from how you show up, not just what you build. So my encouragement to you is this: you need to keep practicing. Practice your demos out loud. Practice explaining technical things in simple words, because remember, you're talking to somebody who has zero Salesforce knowledge sometimes. So make it simple, because the minute you start showing me a flow validation rule, I am just switched off as a client. Show me a solution, right? And practice handling tough questions, because you're going to meet with stakeholders who are difficult. I remember I've met so many in my life as a consultant, even in the company that I'm with. They are so difficult, but you need to be well prepared for those kind of questions. And it's always okay to say, I don't know, I'm going to look into it. Don't just waffle a response because you just want it to pass. No. And these skills that I'm talking about, they don't grow by accident. They grow through repetition and through showing up on stages just like this one again and again. So I really encourage you to keep practicing, talk to your children, take your children through a Salesforce demo, because you want that confidence. Remember, I'm coming from a non-tech background, and I had to develop that communication skill, which I didn't have. I remember at some point, my son used to pray every day. Just when I got into the Salesforce ecosystem, he'll say, God, can you help mommy tomorrow in her meeting so that she speaks good English? I'm like, okay, so this child, he listens to me when I'm in meetings, and maybe he can hear that I'm not speaking good English. But what I'm saying is practice. Just take that step to grow your soft skills. They are necessary in Salesforce. Thank you.
Can I make one comment with one of the things that you said, Jennifer? Because I think it's very important from a credibility to not overstate. Don't say something that, that you don't know. So being able to say, I don't know, is cool. What I like to do is, if I'm on the call, let's say it's me and it's Beech, and a question comes to me and I don't have the answer, I'll say, Beech, what are your thoughts on that? Right? And then if Beech can respond. If he knows something, great. If he does, he says, you know, that's a great question. Let us get back to you on that. You have just told them, you haven't answered the question, and you just told them you're going to get back to them on it. So be aware of that. And especially as you're dealing with, you know, customers that are in some of the other regions, because they may have these prejudgments about you. So being able to demonstrate that you can articulate something, and you're not gonna, you know, just try to talk just to say something when in fact there's nothing there. People can read through that. So very, very good feedback on that, Jennifer. And just find ways to just say, listen, we'll follow back up with you. That's a great question, and then you let it go.
Yeah, and with AI, most of these clients already have a solution in their head because of AI. But the solution practically, maybe it doesn't work. So you have to try and balance between their AI perception on the solution they are expecting and what is actually a working solution on the platform.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Let's hear from Thank God.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. And congratulations to Nuru Jamii for delivering yet another wonderful program. I mean, I knew when the whole thing started, it was really a lot to get. And I'm really glad that the team really put this one through. And also to all the participants, to everyone who showed up, because I know sometimes getting people to join a call, to practice, to build, and all of that can be a big struggle. You understand? So you all really did amazingly well. And just like all the speakers and also coaches have said, one thing there with presentation and demos is that you need to find a way to tell a story, right? I always tell the people in my pod that if you can't tell the story, then it doesn't make sense, even to you that is doing it, because what you would end up doing is you would end up building so many nice to have without solving the real issue. But if you can tell a story, right, you can walk your audience through that journey and everything tends to align. You understand? So understanding that, okay, I need to get this demo, this is the storyline, this is the point where I move these potential clients from point A to point B to point C, then back to point A again. You understand? So that is one bit that is very important, understanding the story, and also the presentation as well. Presentation skills is something that a lot of people tend to overlook. You understand? It looks, oh, I'm having the presentation. It looks simple till you start doing it. That is where you know that, okay, it's really not simple. You understand? So if you're going to do a demo, like to a client or anything, right, you need to ensure that the basic things are kept in check, right? The sharing of screen, if you're going to pass someone else, and all these little things can actually deter your presentation. You understand? So I saw a lot of amazing stuff tonight, and I see more room for growth as well, because I believe in growth. I believe in growth. Before I mean, years back or months back, I would say I was in the position where some of you are in right now. But due to the fact that I received feedback from amazing people, I worked on my presentation and also my communication skills and every single thing, right? I would say, okay, I can actually come up stage to do this particular thing. You understand? And that is what I want you all to take note of. Beech has said a lot. Kevin has said a lot. Jennifer has said a lot. You get René, and I saw there on the in the chat as well. They've all said a lot. One thing you should know: no one is at 100%. No one is perfect. You understand? I learned a whole lot from every single presentation tonight. So well done, everyone. You did very well. You did awesome, and I wish you all the best. Again, kudos to the Nuru Jamii team.
Thank you so much, thank God, and thank you for being part of our mentors for this cohort. So right now, I would like to invite Kevin so that he can give the closing keynote speech. I know you're all tired, but I know you're not, so yeah.
Okay, and for future reference, it's the incomparable thank God. It's not just thank God, right? Thank God is the incomparable thank God. He's truly a treasure to the ecosystem. First of all, again, I want to just congratulate you. This has been magnificent. What's happening in Kenya, as what's happening across all of West Africa, is so encouraging to the global market. And do know that you are in such great hands with the team, because they're truly, truly preparing you to go out and have an impact. So I'm so super proud, and I'm honored to be able to be here with you. Continue to lean in. I think this is going to be a recorded session, so please listen to the comments. There have been so many great comments that have been made that will help you as you enhance all the already great skills that you're demonstrated. So congratulations to everyone. I look so forward to supporting this programming and the individuals that are here on the call. And just thank you for letting me be able to be here to join. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. So right now, if Margaret, you can share the screen.
Before I share my screen, maybe we can acknowledge the few mentors who are in the call. We have Valerie. I don't know if Mercy is still on. No, she has left. Valerie, maybe you can say hi.
Even if not, we can say hi to Valerie. And all the mentors that have been helping. This is such a good experience. And yeah, Margaret, if it comes around again, I'd love to participate.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Beech. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, René. Thank you, Dhairya. And thank you to everyone who showed up for this call. Today is a clear show of when people are given the right platforms and they are given the correct guidance, there is so much that they can do. And I am so honored to be part of this cohort. And today we graduate as a team, and we are so happy that we were able to do this. So I would like to invite, do I get here to give a vote of thanks? We have Nikita, are you still on?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. And once again, just to reiterate, thank you so much to all the mentees for even, taking your time and being curious enough to want to move forward. And this is such a nice step in terms of your career. And I'm pretty sure, like, even when we were getting started and having the whole idea since last year, from January, the whole goal was for everyone, like, for example, being confident in how you get to deliver your presentations and what it is that you've built. And we've clearly shown that, you've clearly showed that to us today. And We just want to say that, thank you for also just taking your time. And also for all the mentors, thank you so much for being faithful enough to help the mentees. And thank you for always taking your time to help them out when they're stuck, to encourage them. And thank you for all that you do. And also for everyone who was able to be with us today. Thank you so much for taking your time. And myself, I've also gotten to learn so much yet. I've been in the ecosystem. So once again, thank you. And each one of you have a very beautiful night.
Thank you so much, Nikita. So we can have the announcements. If you have not liked our page, subscribed to our YouTube, follow us on LinkedIn, and join our WhatsApp group. There is a lot coming in the near future. So these are the QR codes for the respective platforms. I would also like to promise you that you're going to get your shiny certificates in a week or two. And as the Nuru Jamii Kenya team, we are so proud of you. And thank you for showing up for your growth. Thank you so much and enjoy the music.